Hello everyone, I am welcoming all of you in my first online class on C programming language, and today I am going to deliver lecture number 1, and the title of the lecture number 1 is Overview of C programming language. So at first I would like to give you the topics we are going to cover under this lecture number 1. So let's see what are the topics we are going to cover. First of all, I am going to cover the introduction to C. That means what is C programming language, and I am going to give you very brief history of C programming language. Then I will discuss about why C programming language is important. Then by following which structured way we can learn this C programming language. Then programming language and compiler. That means I'm going to give you some idea what is programming language, as we're going to learn a programming language. So you should know what is programming language, and we should have idea about this term compiler. Then I will discuss about basic structure of C. What is the basic structure of C? I am going to discuss under this lecture number 1. And at last I am going to solve some programming exercise for you, and I would like to give you some programming challenge so that you can practice at home. So all the topics we will discuss under this lecture number 1, one by one, but into number of classes. So let's start our today's class. So C is compiled structural and mid-level programming language. So they are saying that the C programming language is compiled. Okay, why they are saying so? Because after writing the code you have to run that code by using a compiler. We will discuss about the compiler later. Then what is C programming language? Is structural programming language, because we have number of structure, we have structure blocks we have inside this C programming language. So that's why this is called structural programming language. Okay, it follows some structure. We will discuss about the structure again, okay, later. Then this is called mid-level programming language. Why so mid-level programming? Because this C programming language is lies in between high-level programming language and machine programming language. Machine programming language means low-level programming language, and human understandable language means high-level programming language. So C programming language, it has both features. Okay, it is neither high-level or neither low-level. It falls in between these two programming language, level of programming language. Okay, that's why this is called mid-level programming language. Now I would like to discuss who is the founder of C programming language. So here is the person. So let me show you. Dennis Ritchie. Dennis Ritchie is the founder of C programming language, and this programming language basically invented in 1972. So Dennis Ritchie basically developed this C programming language in the year of 1972 at Bell's Laboratory of USA. Okay, so this is the short introduction about the C programming language. Now I would like to discuss about what is the importance of C programming language. So now you might think that, okay, C programming language is a very old one, isn't it? C programming language is a very old one. If you give your concentration on this year, okay, it is 1972, but still, why we need to learn, why we need to know the C programming language? Okay. So this is a very valid question, definitely. Okay, now I'm going to give you the answer your question, why we are still using almost 50 years old C language. So let's see, here is the answer. Here you will get your answer. So the first point is, used to write any complex program. That means by using the C programming language we can write any kind of complex program. Think about if I give some example, then the concept will be much more clear to you. So okay, so think about MS Word. Okay, MS, not MS Word, this is, it should be MS Windows. Okay, Windows. So this Windows basically developed by this, okay, C programming language. Okay, not fully but partially. Even think about your Linux operating system. Linux operating system, think about the old one, Linux operating system. So these are the system software developed by this C programming language. Then think about some application software like I can give some example like MS. Think about MS Excel. Okay, it is an application software. Think about your very popular website, mm, GitHub. Okay, GitHub system. Okay, this one is also developed by the C programming language. Even think about some Firefox. Okay, which is your web browser. Okay, Mozilla Firefox. Okay, okay, Mozilla Firefox. Okay, think about Google Chrome. Google Chrome. uh, Google Chrome. Okay, so these are also developed by this C programming language. Okay, very popular mobile based operating system. Okay, nowadays we are using, that is uh, Android, isn't it? Android operating system also developed by C programming language. Okay, then think about web server, like you can, for an example, you can give Apache server. Okay, these are also uh, developed by C programming language. Okay, right. So some of them are fully, some of them are partially developed by this C programming language. And C programming language is called mother of all language. Why? Because C programming language, by using this C programming language, we also develop some programming language. Like think about a very popular programming language nowadays, that is called Python. Okay, Python is very popular nowadays. Okay, this one, in this programming language we use the concept of C programming language. Then think about PHP. Okay, think about PHP. Okay, the Zen engine of the PHP developed by the C programming language. Okay, then think about Perl. Okay, then think about Ruby. Okay, then think about R. Okay, R. So 50% of this R language come from this C programming language. And we know C++, this is the extended version of C programming language. Okay, so you see, so that's why C programming language is called very, old, though it is the old one, but we can call it the mother of all languages. So that's why if you want to start your career as a programmer, it is very, uh, good decision to start your career with C programming language. Okay, right. So then the second point, programs written in C are efficient and fast. Okay, so if you write down code in C programming language, your program will be very efficient and fast. Then C is highly portable. That means it can run into number of platform. Then program debugging, testing and maintenance easy. So that means debugging means you can find out the bug, that means find out the error inside the program very easily. Then you can test your program, you can maintain the program, okay, the software very easily by using the C programming language. And it has ability to extend itself. That means here we have a concept that is called user defined function. By using user defined function, we can extend our software. So C has the capability to use this user defined function into it. So we will discuss about this user defined function later, no problem. But these are the point why C programming language is still important, okay, nowadays. Okay, so next topic I'm going to discuss, that is the flowchart of learning language. So now I'm going to compare C programming language with our known one, English language. So let's remind, okay, how we learn our English language. So at first we learn definitely alphabet, okay, capital A to Z and small a to Z. Okay, then by using this alphabet we make some word like A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, in this way we learn how to make word by using this alphabet. Then by using this word we make a full sentence, like apple is a fruit, isn't it? Okay, and after that, after learning how to make a sentence, what we did, we basically arrange sentence and number of sentence and we make a paragraph. Okay, right. So in this way we learn our English language. So same way we're going to learn C programming language step by step by following these 4 steps. The first step is you have to learn some alphabet, you have to learn digit, and you have to learn special symbols. Okay, so alphabet means again A to Z, capital A to Z and small a to Z. Then digit means 0 to 9, and we need to learn some punctuation marks like comma, semicolon, full stop, and we need to know some special symbol like hash, question mark. Okay, so these are the things you need to know. So I believe you all already know whatever the alphabet, digit or special symbol we have, you already know, isn't it? Okay, that's why out of these 4 phrases you already complete the first one. So congratulations to you. Now what is the next one? You need to know by using this alphabet, digits or special symbol how we can make constant, variable and keywords. So you already have idea what is constant, isn't it? The value is fixed. Like think about a pi, the value of pi 3.1416. Then think about a variable, the value might vary. Okay, right. So and the keyword means some reserved word in C programming language. So that means uh, 3.14, this is a constant. Okay, this value cannot be changed. Then think about age like every year our age become changed, isn't it? We become older, isn't it? Right. So this is a variable. And int is a keyword. This is a reserved word, okay, in C programming language. Okay, they have their specific purpose to use. Okay, so we will discuss about them one by one in our next lecture. Okay, right. Then by using this constant, variable and keyword, we have to know how we can make a instruction. This instruction we're going to give our computer. So like this is the example of an instruction. Like I'm telling my computer that uh, add n1 and n2 and store the value, summation value inside the sum variable. Okay, and at last I'm using here one semicolon, isn't it? Okay, like in after the each and every sentence we have to use what, full stop. Same way in C programming language we have to use this semicolon. So this semicolon basically play a role as full stop in C programming language. Okay, so after learning how we can make the instruction, then we will be able to make a complete program. Okay, let's see an example of a program. Okay, so this is the example of the program. Okay, right. So what we are doing here, okay, before discussing about this program, okay, very simple program, I would like to mention one point, that is we can learn any language, okay, by following 2 methods. One is at first learn the grammar, then learn the language, or at first learn the language by practicing, okay, by hearing, okay, then learn the grammar. Think about English language. Okay, we learn English language. Okay, at first we as English is not our mother tongue, at first we learn the grammar. Okay, how to make a sentence like subject plus verb plus object. Then in this way, after learning the grammar, okay, we learn the okay uh, language. On the other hand, think about Bangla. At first we hear uh, different words. Okay, then okay, we learn the grammar of that Bangla, right? Bangla background we call it. Okay. So in this tutorial, in this lecture, we're going to follow the second one. Like at first we learn the language, we will see the language, we will play with the language, then we will learn the grammar of that language. So that's why without learning the grammar, without learning the other things, directly I'm showing you what? An example of simple program, right? So let's try to understand. Okay, so at first here what we have in this program, okay, mainly we have two part. Okay, this is, you can say, this part is head and this part is body. Okay, like as a human being we have head, we have body. So same way this program, it has a head portion and it has a body portion. So first portion is head. Okay, let me denote this part by h. H means basically head, and this part is basically what? Body. Okay, right, body. So this is a mandatory line you have to write in each and every C programming language. Okay, so better you can memorize this one. For now I will explain later what is this. Okay, right, hash include inside the angle bracket stdio dot h. Okay, that means I am including this header file. The full form of stdio means, std means standard, I means input, and o means output. Okay, and dot h means header file. Okay, this is the full form: standard, input, output, header file. Okay, I would like to include this header file. That's why I write here one keyword that is called include, and we have to use one hash symbol here. Okay, so this is the head of our program, right? So you have to memorize it, as I already mentioned. You have to use this one in each and every line. Then second part, the body part, at the very beginning of the body part we use here what? Void main. This is a special function. This is one special function we use in C programming language, and this void main will indicate that this is the starting point of your program. That means by seeing this main function, your compiler will understand that from this point I have to start my execution. Okay, right. So this indicate the starting point. Sometimes you might get here int main, void main, or simply main. Okay, or any other form. Don't bother about that. We will discuss about this part again. Okay, in our later video, another video. Okay, but our body will start from this main function, right? Then we have opening curly brace and we have closing curly brace. Okay, we can call it second bracket as well. This is the logical starting point and this is the logical ending point of your program. So this is the starting point, okay, and this is the logical ending point of your program. So now inside the body, what we are doing, we are giving instruction to our computer that you have to print this message. This is our message and I would like to print this message by using printf function. That means you just need to know, if I want to print something in C programming language, what I have to do? I have to use printf function, printf. Okay, and then inside the first bracket I have to write down my message and I have to keep my message inside the double quotation. Okay, so this is an instruction. At the end of the instruction, what you have to do, we have to use one semicolon. So this is the, you can say this is fully stop, right? This is the ending point of this instruction. Okay, so remember one thing, if I want to print something in C programming language, if I want to show something, if I want to give output, okay, then I have to use printf function. And if I run this code in the compiler, we will get this hello world message as our output. Okay, right. So remember, we have to mention the head, we have to mention the body. Head, we are using here hash include stdio.h as our header file, and body start with this main function. This will indicate the starting point. Okay, and this is our body part. We are showing a message. Now I would like to show this program in online compiler so that you can see the output of this program. So let's go to the compiler first. Okay, so here is the online compiler. So let me write down the code first. At first, as I already mentioned, if you remember, we have to write down the header portion first. What is our header portion? So hash include, then inside the angle bracket you have to write down stdio dot h. Okay, angle bracket close. Then we have to write down our body part. Body part start with the main function. So write down void main. So it will indicate the starting point. Okay, right. Then we have to use opening curly brace. Then in between this opening and closing curly brace, we have to write down a function that is called printf function, and inside the printf function we have to write down our message. Inside the first bracket, inside the double quotation, we write down message. Hello world. Hello world. And at the end of this instruction we have to give a semicolon. Okay, this will indicate the ending point of this instruction. Okay, printf hello world. So let's run the code. If we run the code, it will give us the output. Okay, you see it is printing hello world. Okay, so I guess now you are clear how we can write down this code. So one point I would like to mention, that is C programming language is case sensitive. That's why all the whatever the characters we are using here, all of them should be in lowercase. C support lowercase characters. Okay, right. So only inside the message, okay, when we declare the variable, on the time we can use uppercase, but except that everywhere we have to use lowercase. Suppose if I use capital P, okay, then let's run the code again. Okay, so it is giving us error, it is showing error. Okay, right, it is saying that undefined reference to printf. Okay, right. So in C programming language we have to use lowercase character, so remember this thing. Okay, again if I run, okay, so it is taking few seconds, but it should show hello world, right? Okay, so now I would like to give you one task. Okay, what you can do at your home, that is print your name. Okay, and then print it by using your compiler. Okay, right. So you know what you have to do, everything will be remain same. Okay, and just inside this double quotation you have to mention your name, print it, and then what you can do, you can run the code and then you will get this output. So complete the code, and what you can do, you can give the code as comment in the comment section. Okay, right. And I'm going to give you the link of the next video, next class, in my video description section. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you everyone.